Protecting your peace in a world that drains you is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Every single day, you are exposed to demands, expectations, information overload, and emotional turbulence from countless sources: work, social media, family dynamics, constant notifications, even your own internal dialogue. If you're not intentional, the world will pull you in 1,000 directions, leaving you deeply disconnected from yourself and living on emotional autopilot. Protecting your peace means reclaiming your inner space, your mental clarity, your emotional stability. It's the act of deciding that your well being matters enough to be defended. The first truth we must face is that peace is not something you stumble upon by accident. It's not a quiet afternoon that just appears out of nowhere. It's not waiting for life to be calm before you feel calm. Peace is something you create, something you cultivate, and most importantly, something you protect. And that protection begins with awareness, awareness of what drains you and what nourishes you. Many people live without truly noticing the daily leaks in their energy. They ignore the conversations that leave them tense, the environments that make them anxious, the habits that quietly erode their mental health. But those who protect their peace are radically honest about what affects them. They notice the subtleties, the friend who only calls to complain, the endless doom scrolling before bed, the constant need to check emails out of fear of missing something. These are not small things, they are daily invasions into your emotional sanctuary. Once you've identified the source of emotional leakage, the next step is setting boundaries. And let me be clear, boundaries are not walls to shut the world out, they are doors with locks, doors that you control. They determine who and what gets access to your energy. Saying no is not selfish, it's an act of self preservation. Emotionally intelligent people know that every yes to something that drains them is a no to their own well being. They communicate their boundaries calmly and clearly without guilt because they understand that you cannot show up for others in a healthy way if you are constantly running on empty. But protecting your peace isn't only about defense, it's about what you allow in. You must be intentional about the environments, people, and content you consume. Just as you would be careful about what you feed your body, be careful about what you feed your mind and spirit. If your social media feed is a constant stream of outrage and comparison, it will shape your mood, your beliefs, and even your self worth. If you surround yourself with people who see only problems and never solutions, you will eventually adopt their worldview. Create your impulse with the same care you would create a diet. Choose to spend time with people who uplift you, engage in conversations that expand your thinking, and expose yourself to stories and ideas that nourish hope rather than fear. Another essential part of safeguarding your inner calm is emotional regulation. Life will test you. Unexpected problems, criticism, misunderstanding, and losses are inevitable. But the difference between being drawn to chaos and staying centered lies in how you respond. Those who protect their peace don't let every passing emotion dictate their actions. They pause, they breathe, they ground themselves before reacting. They understand that anger, frustration, or fear are signals, not commands. By developing self awareness and practicing mindfulness, you create a buffer between external chaos and your internal world. That buffer is where peace lives. It's also important to acknowledge the role of self talk in maintaining tranquility. The world can be noisy, but sometimes the loudest voice is in your own head. If that voice is constantly criticizing, doubting, or shaming you, you will never feel safe inside yourself. Protecting your peace means speaking to yourself with kindness, understanding, and encouragement. It means interrupting the mental habit of catastrophizing and replacing it with grounded thinking. It's not about being unrealistically positive. It's about being fair, compassionate, and constructive with your inner dialogue. Time management also plays a hidden but powerful role here. When your schedule is overloaded, even the smallest inconvenience feels overwhelming. People who value their peace leave space in their day for rest, reflection, and play. They understand that constant productivity is not a badge of honor but a recipe for burnout. They give themselves permission to slow down without guilt because they know that in stillness they reconnect with themselves. And let's not forget the body. Your nervous system is the foundation for your emotional state. Lack of sleep, poor nutrition, and physical inactivity directly affect your mood, patience, and resilience. Protecting your peace means honoring your body's needs as much as your mind's. Sometimes the most powerful mental health strategy is as simple as getting adequate rest, drinking water, and moving your body in ways that feel good. Finally, those who excel at preserving their inner calm practice selective engagement. They don't attend every argument they're invited to. They don't need to have an opinion on every controversy. They choose their battles, recognizing that not everything deserves their time, energy, or emotional investment. They understand that disengagement is not weakness, it's wisdom. Protecting your peace in a draining world is a daily practice, a conscious choice, a series of micro decisions that add up to a stable, grounded life. It requires courage to disappoint others in order to stay true to yourself. It demands discipline to resist the constant pull of distraction. But the reward is immeasurable. You become someone who can move through life with clarity, emotional stability, and resilience. You become a safe place for yourself no matter what storms rage outside. And once you taste that kind of peace, you would never again treat it as optional. You will know deeply that nothing is worth more than your ability to be calm inside, even when the world is anything but.